guess are we ready to get this train rolling?
Yeah, I feel like it'll be a little, hopefully, a quicker one.
I'm thinking like 10 minutes. I hate Susannah. This book sucks. Look, next.
So,
I feel like there are some important things.
There's some good like what'd you say? Or is that me? There's some good like story filler stuff, but nothing in there that's necessary.
you're talking about in Song of Susannah, right? I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about the next one, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know why I asked that.
Yes, so it's like there's some good conversation stuff, and like by the end of the first half I was like, okay, I get the need for the book, and by the end of the second half I was like, okay, fuck this book, I'm skipping it next time. I was like, now I know why I skip it all the time. There's nothing I need. You know, and I forgot I listened to our podcast today because I was editing it and wanted to get back in the mood to see where we left off, and I was talking about shit that I forgot in this book. Like, yeah, it's because I only read it like half the time. Did I do this?
Well, that's why I asked you, like, how many times have you read the series and how many times have you skipped the book?
Probably half. I'm pretty sure the second time I went through, but I was audiobooking like in the car because I was driving like 2 hours away wherever I was working at the time. Like, I just went right from 5 to 7. Like, I started sick and I was like, oh yeah. So really all that happens is they show up at the Dixie Pig and Mia has a baby and Roland and Eddie get ambushed and then the end, right? Pretty much. And then some people talk about some stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, even have
I
you
thought we
started?
stuck with Stephen King. Interesting. Oh, I guess we should do the intro.
Well, we don't really do the intros anymore. I just didn't know. Like before I say too much, I just want to know if we're actually rolling.
Yeah, we're not really doing
Okay.
intros, but that is a good point. Did you guys read the shit at the end?
Yeah, about Robin.
Well, that, but the word slinger stuff. Do you have that in your thing, Amber?
Yeah, that's what I meant. That talks about Robin first.
Oh, I thought that was in the dedication. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I just meant the whole thing. Like, to me, that was the most interesting part. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, was he really keeping a journal, and is this real, or is he just like embellishing this?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I felt that way about like all of his parts, like the stuff that he was saying about like influences. I was like, wait, is that real? Like, is he giving us like info, or is he making that up?
I would love to know that. That'd be fascinating.
I think the answer is probably in the middle.
I want it to be real.
I kind of assumed it was real because I feel like he doesn't really shy away from the introspective stuff.
No, I don't think so. I mean, you know, write about what you know. That's the number one thing. So, you know, he went through it, and he's never been shy about hiding what he went through. So, I'm not sure how Tabby feels, but go ahead.
The story with the spiders and the chickens, like, is that real?
I hope not. God, I hope not.
It sounds like it's an origin story.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Which puts a whole new perspective on Pennywise. The giant spider. And that's not a conversation.
True.
Yeah, I think I know where he came from. Stupid Dave. Well, terrorizing his younger brother.
If the word slinger part is actually legit, it was more about the clowns than the spider.
I don't remember. What was the clowns? I just read that. How do I not remember
that? Yeah, I don't remember it as much about it.
I'll get there. I got that shit highlighted somewhere. So, Don Tet is Little Savior. Does Robin have like a translation index of all these made up words?
In the concordance or like?
Yeah. Well, yeah, in the concordance, I meant.
Yes, I don't have it with me right now, though.
I do, but it's like 4 feet away. So.
The struggle.
Well, I know. I can see it. It's right under the book called the Stephen King universe. It's right there. Okay, so part one we left with what Cullum and them, or well, part two I guess starts with Cullum and driving away. None of that's really important. Is the whole Calvin Tower? Was that this one or was that the last one when they?
So this,
That's
you mean
this one.
this is the
Okay.
one? Yeah, because the last section was where they dealt with Andolini and whatever.
Okay, so
And
they have it. Yeah, that was this one.
right, and now they're going to find. And John Cullum was the guy who helped them at the store, and now they're going to find Tower because it's not very hard.
How about the walk-ins being real? If that part was real. Oh, that makes it more interesting. Like I read that as it was real. I don't know if it was or not, but when I read it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
so that's what was happening.
I kind of wanted to Google it. I just didn't have time because I finished it like at 11 o'clock last night.
I'm not sure I want to know.
What part do you mean about the walk-ins? Like,
well, all the little like articles that they have in the very back journal section. I'm like, I wonder if that's real.
right.
Yeah, I'm sure there's many opinions. But I was like, oh, there's really walk-ins. Like, wait, is this part real? But anyway, Calvin Tower is still like he's an entitled little bastard. I want to like slap him in the face.
Oh my god, I got so mad at him in this section.
And like Eddie says, like he almost, or Callahan almost died getting that, or getting a note to him, I think it was, and Eddie almost died because Black 13 almost sent him down into the chasm by the door, and he's like, and for what? For this guy just to go walk around and announce his goddamn presence? Like he just, how do you not get it? These guys are not nice people. Do you not understand the consequences of you not giving a shit? And he doesn't, or he doesn't care. He's more worried about. I find it interesting that he's an asshole bibliophile. Like I don't know that I've ever.
I mean, I feel like Stephen King is probably going to have met a few in his life, or at least if there's someone who has met one, it's him. He's met a lot of bibliophiles, probably.
That's true. He's probably his number one fan.
I do like how
Yeah.
we called, like, early on, we were all kind of like, yeah, Calvin's an asshole and Aaron's the cool one. But, like, even at the time, there was not a lot of evidence to go on, but it's been confirmed.
Well, yeah, it's just like more of the same. Because at first you're like, okay, he just likes his books, but he keeps on with it. Like he doesn't just like his books. Like Deep Nose said, he's obsessed. Like he's addicted to the
And
the buying because he won't sell them. He doesn't. He has a problem. He has a problem letting go of things, I think is what it was.
that's called hoarding.
Yeah, right.
When you constantly buy and don't let go of anything.
Yeah. I wonder how many. Yeah. Didn't he say? Go ahead.
I was gonna say he also very quickly forgot that Eddie saved his life. He was like, it was a little, what did he call it? Like a tussle or whatever.
He was like, I had it in hand totally. They wouldn't have actually killed me. And Eddie was like, are you sure? Because they were threatening to burn your most valuable books that you had in there, and I'm pretty sure you would have been next.
They did burn the shop down. How did that not scare him enough?
He's a moron.
Yeah.
Well, where was he? Have we like, in his mind, did he see the shop burning? So if he didn't see it, he's not convinced it happened?
Well, he's the one that says it was burnt down because it's in that exchange where he's like, how dare you? Like, I gave up my shop. It's all gone, whatever.
Oh, right.
He's like, you're going to stiff me and I'm going to be poor and left with nothing because even my shop is gone.
Yeah. And Aaron's like, hold on, let me stop you right there, asshole. I like how Aaron was like, nope. Like when Tower starts making shit up that's not true, Aaron's like, nope, I'm not putting up with this anymore. Like, so.
Well, Tower is like, it was your fault, Eddie, because the shop went up in flames. And Aaron's like, yeah, you told me you used the insurance money for that purchase you made last year. So don't blame him.
Well, that's right. Oh, I know. Tower trying to blame Eddie. My God, how did he keep his mouth shut? Well, to a point he did. I think at the end he said, "I don't care anymore."
That was so great. And Eddie was like, "How is Roland not stepping in? I can't handle this."
Yeah. Roland has that annoying way of just looking at him without a clue as to what he's thinking. So the whole. First of all, I have no idea what Co-op City is. Do you? Anybody?
Isn't
I
that
guess that's a part of
unhoused
Brooklyn.
set like encampment?
An
Probably wrong
unhoused.
about that.
Is that what we call it now?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Maybe I'm just thinking of. It makes me think of
Yeah,
I
it sounds
can't
like a
think of it.
government program or something.
Yeah.
Like we got subsidized down at Co-op City. Anyway, so this is just more of, I guess this isn't the real Eddie, or Eddie's not from the real Earth. Is it Earth or world, or is there a difference? I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is where it gets a little confusing. Well, never mind.
I highlighted the whole next page, just so you know.
But
It's been a little confusing. This is where it
yeah,
gets.
I know. Eddie says that so the Earth that they're in when they go to visit Stephen King is the real Earth, the Keystone Earth, Keystone World, whatever you want to call it, and that
Right.
he and Jake and Susannah are from different Earths, I guess.
I have no idea what happened. So. I was talking 1 minute, and the next minute
Sorry.
it just dropped. I don't even know if I gotta check and make sure we were recording. I don't want to have to do that all over again. Let me look. Anyway, so Eddie and Susannah and Jake are from a different, not from Keystone Earth, but are they from the same different Earth?
Well, I was literally just saying when I noticed that the recording went down that, like, don't they all have to be from the same Earth because all their paths kind of crossed?
Well,
I think Jake's an outlier there. I'm not sure where he's from because he's died a bunch of times.
that's true. Well,
I don't know if
no.
that matters.
We
But
know that Eddie and Jake saw each other before Jake came through, the second Jake.
So maybe the Jake from Gunslinger could have been different than the Jake from the rest of the story. But he would have had to have been the same because Jack Mort dealt with Susannah, who then pushed Jake in from the cab. But like you said, Jake saw Eddie before he went through the house.
that's who.
It's all very confusing.
I do feel like there's a loosely there's a case for that they are all from the same place if it's not the real world. But I do also feel like all of those things could be explained. Like it could be, maybe it was Flag pretending to be more or yeah, is that his name? Yeah, Jack, whatever. Stuff like that. So it's like I don't know. It's hard to know.
Yeah.
Other worlds. God.
I do think we can say with a lot of confidence that they are not from that. At least Eddie is not from that world.
Why, Eddie?
Well, just the one example, Co-op City is not where it's supposed to be.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that would do it.
I'm not entirely convinced of that because Eddie, like, talking to Aaron was like, what are you talking about? Co-op City is not there. But then didn't Stephen King think it was?
Well, he was saying, I thought Aaron was saying it's not where you think it is.
Maybe
Not that
Aaron's
it
the
doesn't
one.
exist.
Maybe Stephen King had it wrong.
Well,
but that was what he wrote, so that was what made Eddie's world.
You mean like he fucked up or he did it on purpose?
I
Because I'll
don't
tell
know.
you in many disclaimers that he did whatever the hell he wanted with the New York geography, so don't get mad at him. So, like there is no 2nd and 46th, apparently. I've never tried to look for it because I was told there wasn't one. So he may have gotten it wrong, but did he?
Do it intentionally.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Because even in like the writers afterwards, he was like, Bridgeport is real, but I have taken very like extreme liabilities with the geography.
right. Well, I imagine he did that on purpose because that's real close to home. So I don't think he wanted to have, curious people showing up at actual places that they could pinpoint based on what he wrote. So he
Yeah.
probably threw some, deflections in there. Like an oracle, demon, house demon. All the worlds were similar, but there were differences, different politicians, different automobiles. In these
Wait,
worlds,
hold
one of
on.
Hmm.
Sorry, never mind. Go on. I'm wrong. Never mind. Sorry.
I still like how was it the world moved on, so they got a plague. I'm like, damn, that's some serious consequences.
Well, also, I'm like, wait, is it the Red Death? Is that the same as the Black Plague?
I don't think the Black Death.
I guess not.
No,
Never mind.
no, like you
Yeah.
mean like the real world bubonic plague?
Yeah, I was like, the bubonic plague wiped out the demon world? That doesn't seem right. Didn't even take out our world.
I mean, it came close.
Yeah, but
Wiped out all the Christians. Can you say hallelujah? I guess I shouldn't have said that. But
never mind. I'm okay with it, but
right. Well, that's because anyway, I'm not going to even. Um, So I don't know what the Red Death is, but I'm very curious because I remember the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones, and that's exactly what I thought it was. So it's almost like, how did they not see that coming? It was called the Red Wedding. My God.
I mean, I know the mask of the Red Death is Edgar Allan Poe, right? I think.
Yes, it is.
Maybe it's a metaphor.
I think we talked about that before too.
Yeah, it does sound familiar.
Too.
Anyway, in some vital way, they aren't the real world, or if they're real, they're not the key world. Right. So I guess Eddie's just going through it. So I gotta say, I like Beryl Evans being real, not Claudia Inez Bachman. I don't like her name. No reason, just saying. Beryl Evans was first.
It's just funny that Stephen King, I don't know if that story is true or not, but I feel like it must be, that he made up a wife for Richard Bachman, like a life story.
I'm sure.
Though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the guy writes so much that he made another like fake character to publish books under. So I'm sure he had no problem writing a whole backstory for him. He probably did it like on the way down the slide or something.
So I looked up the Red Death. I don't, this is Wikipedia, but it's in the Mask of the Red Death in popular culture. It's listed as a reference. In the Dark Tower series, Song of Susannah, Mia mentions an epidemic called the Red Death that ravaged the city of Fedek. Susannah makes the connection to Poe's short story. When?
Right, but is that a connection? I mean, I don't remember what the Mask of the Red Death is about necessarily, but just because it's called the Red Death doesn't mean that's where it's a reference to that.
Yeah, let me see what this is.
I don't know. Screw the Red Death. We're moving on. Data chi, not to worry, you've got the key. I like the little lobstrosity coming back.
I know. I loved all those little rhymes. I felt like I was a Willy or Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Right. This was the guy like that. This was the key world, and he knew it because he was a key maker by trade. Well, yes. And I thought it was interesting that he said, so in this world, it was something like you can't, how he kept like shaving off little pieces of the key when it didn't work to get it right. He's like, in this world, you can't do that. It's either right or wrong. You got to get it the first time, or or it's see you later. So sorry, Charlie. So I guess that's how you know if you're in the real world, right? All you
Yeah,
need to
but
find a door where you have to make a key and see if it works on the first try.
nothing, no risk there.
Right. You know, hey, what's the worst gonna happen? A demon come through and knock you up. 2 months later, when you go back, and I don't even know how to word that. A demon would
Like,
come through and you would have sex with it, and then do it again in a couple months and get pregnant. I think. No, a demon would come through and Roland would have sex with it, and then in a couple months you would get pregnant from another demon. Is it the same demon?
well, so Roland had sex. Then I don't know how much later, but when they were trying to get Jake through the door, Susannah had sex to distract the demon.
Right. She should have just had sex with Roland. Would have been easier.
Cut out the middleman.
Really? I'm not sure how Eddie would have felt about that. I like that. The rose belonged to the tech corporation, the firm of Deshane, Dean, Chambers, and Oy. It's like, oh, Oy made the firm. Does that mean they can leave it all to him? He's got a good point, though. It's like they just realized, wait a minute, like Susannah is made of money. What are we worrying about getting money for? Like, yeah, somebody needs to go talk to what's his name?
Carver?
Moses. Yeah. Moses Carver. Actually, I think that's coming now that I said that out loud.
Yep.
There's a whole thing coming. Anyway, I didn't say anything. The Magnificent. Wait, why did I highlight that? Oh, I wrote a note. Oh, I didn't see my note. Ooh. Oh, Roland sat a moment longer, thinking. Wait, okay. They're talking about the Magnificent Seven. I don't remember why, but Roland said, I don't know. I highlighted and I wrote a bunch of question marks. So I'm like, I don't remember what I was saying. I think I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So
The Magnificent Seven?
Yeah, well, I mean, I know what that is, so I'm not sure why I just wrote a note that was like 6 question marks. So I didn't explain myself very well. Sometimes when I'm at the gym, I type as little as possible. And then I forget what the hell I was thinking at the time. They all seem to grasp very easily that they were characters in someone's story. Like, I'm not real, and let's go talk to the guy that wrote my life into being. I like how Stephen King's like, hey, so are you like gonna kill me or anything? Roland's like, that is the last thing on fucking, in the universe you ever even think of doing. Okay.
I know. I love how he just like immediately tries to run. It's like, where are you gonna go?
Like as soon as he saw him, I know. Well, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not even sure. At least it was Roland and not Pennywise, right?
Oh God,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's true. Or any of
Or
the other characters.
yeah, or any list of like that shirt, all his other friends.
Yeah, Callahan is definitely the one that freaks out the most. Like his reaction was appropriate.
Oh, when he's like when he finds out that he's
Earlier.
sounds a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roland I get because Roland never really feels like he doesn't think he's in control of anything anyway. So he's like, oh, somebody wrote it? Yeah, that makes sense.
Must be Ka.
Right. He's like, you're Ka.
Beamquake. Character in a story? Yep.
Okay, so I know we're not there yet, but I was getting a little confused about this whole like Stephen King and like White and Gan thing. And it's like, so at first I was like, so he is the higher power that we've been wondering this whole time. And then it's like, but there is a higher power above him that he's not aware of. And it's like, wait, what? What is going on here? I guess that's Gan, is what that is. Yeah, I just thought about that.
Well, isn't Gan like Earth Mother as opposed to a nature Wiccan kind of goddess, as opposed to like a god in the sky kind of thing?
Maybe. Well, yeah, because he did say he was possessed by Gan, so I don't know.
Oh, great! Now he's got a demon too.
Well, Gan is
Is
the
he
good
possessed?
one.
Well, he probably just went insane like everything else. But
I didn't think he was so much possessed by Gan, but like an offshoot of her, kind of like, I guess, kind of like an oracle.
Well, that's just what
Or
he
prophet.
says. Like that's the conclusion they come to is like you are Gan or possessed by Gan.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Hold on, I just
Father
said it.
Father Callahan was written as Father Cody in the copy of Salem's Lot. That doesn't mean anything, I don't think. Although there's no coincidences. So, do we know a Father Cody? I have to go back to Salem. Or is it just a straight fuck up? Oh no, he made this up. That didn't actually happen. Yeah, listen to me. Like did somebody just fuck up the book jacket, or did it? Like, wait a minute. So Stephen King, you're just real fucking Inception deep when Stephen King's talking about Stephen King. So you're like, okay, is it Stephen King the person or the character?
Yeah. Sorry, real quick. Page 294 is where he says, "Do you know what you are?" No, I told you all. I can't stop asking me. Oh, this is when Roland is hypnotizing him. Tell me what it says. I'm Gan or possessed by Gan. I don't know which. Maybe there's no difference, but it's not this. I turned aside from this. I repudiate this, and that should be enough. But it's not. Dot.
Turns away from what?
Dis.
D-I-S, Discordia.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, he keeps saying how he's just a vessel for this story, so I think that maybe that's what he means by possessed by Gan, or Gan working through him. Like the shit that's happening isn't up to him. He's just writing down what they said. The great sage and eminent junkie had more sage advice for Eddie. What was it? All the tech stocks are going to be useless. Don't even bother. They're lemons. Just fucking lemons. I know. No, wait. No. What?
No, he does say lemons. Yeah, sorry.
He says lemons, he means lemmings.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was, I was like, oh, wait a minute. He's talking about lemmings. Okay. But they're still lemons. Because you could just say like a car is a lemon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. But yeah. Can you imagine getting in on Microsoft in like 1981?
Well,
No,
Like,
I wasn't alive.
I'm kind of interested to see if Tower did that. I really hope he did, but I don't think he did, unless Aaron like talked him into it. He's gonna be like, those guys didn't know what they were talking about anyway. Do you trust them? I'm going shopping. I'm gonna buy some books. That's probably why he needed. I mean, that is why he needed the money, right? Because he keeps buying and he can't sell, even though he's supposed to be a bookseller.
uh-huh.
Uh-oh. So we got. I think this a foreshadow. Eddie slid behind the wheel of Cullum's car, suddenly sure that he would never see either Tower or Aaron Deepno again. With the exception of Per Callahan, none of them would. The partings had begun. So, now I get it. Now I get it. Callahan sees them when they save him.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I was like, wait, who did he save? I was like, oh, wait, it was him. Yeah, from the Hitler brothers, right?
Uh-huh. He didn't even really see them, though. He just saw the ring.
And he heard the Yiddish.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, that already happened, right? Wait a minute.
Well, not in 1977.
Yeah, I forgot what year they were in. Okay, so he knows. Yeah, I don't even know how to like wrap my head around that. He knows that they're. So he's in 1977, and he knows that Deepno and Tower are going to save him, but
well, Callahan's not in 1977. Oh wait, no, he's not.
Where's
Callahan's with Jake.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's not Callahan. It's Eddie and Roland. But still, Callahan
What was your
knows.
question? Sorry.
Callahan knows that at this point that who is going to help him before they help him, but in the moment when it happens, he doesn't know who they are.
Yeah, because
I think
he
I said that right.
I don't know if he actually met them, but like Roland and them, like when Callahan tells them the story, they're like, oh, we know who that is, I think.
So,
Yeah, I think it's a
well,
paradox.
I don't even remember if they told
Yeah, that's what I
Callahan.
wasn't
Yeah,
sure
that's
of.
a good question.
Even know, but he's not in. He's not before it happened. They are. I don't. Jake and Callahan are in the present, I think, because they're going into Dixie Pig after Susannah.
Right.
So they're in 1999, June 1st,
But
something like that.
what's confusing to me is like if Stephen King's world is the real world, then isn't that the present technically?
I would imagine.
Although I guess it just depends. Never mind. It just depends on what time you're in that. Yeah, I forgot how time travel works.
I mean, come on. I don't know how it works for you, but for me,
and
so
also that's the problem at the end of the book.
what? What do you mean? Wait, how did this one end? No,
He dies.
who?
Stephen King.
Oh. Okay. Who the hell you were talking about? Like what?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how. Yeah, the newspaper article. Yeah, that was that real? I think
I
it probably was.
mean,
I think that's why
I
I put
would
in there. 'Cause it
assume.
probably. Can you imagine reading
Right.
that headline with that? What would that feel like? Like that's something out of a Stephen King book.
Oh wait, are you saying, do you think it actually said he died?
Yes,
And
I think it did. Right.
I don't know.
It could have if it was in a tabloid.
Well,
Yeah.
That says they
anything
say
that,
all sorts of shit that isn't true.
yeah, they don't exactly check references first. But it probably did happen, and I feel like that's why he put it in there. Like that's what I was saying. Like,
True.
that's one of those things. That's like something out of a Stephen King story. Reading about how you died. Like if I was him, and that really, I would have that thing framed on the wall. I don't know how Tabby would feel about that, or T. We call her T now. And Tab, I think, was the other one, right?
T.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he said, Tabby, is that you? I was like, oh, I know who that is.
Right. That's who we call him, Steve and Tabby. Those of us in the know. Kamala, come, the journey's just begun. But that's a lie. The journey's almost over. Her heart knows this. Who is that? Susannah? Oh, yeah. I guess the whole Susannah Mia thing is just strange. Like I was listening to us talking about it last time. It's like Detta and Susannah against Mia, which
You would
I
think
don't.
if it was like 2 against 1, then they would win, but
Yeah, and they're all occupying the same exact, piece of real estate. So all this fighting it's like Jonesy in the Dreamcatcher. I don't know if you guys know that one, where all the fight is inside his head. He's like fighting an alien in his mind.
well, that's like Bill too, right? And
With what?
it
How?
I don't remember.
because they're
Bill.
physically still in the
Oh,
sewers.
you mean in the final battles that they have?
Yeah,
I guess
because
that's a
a
good
lot
point.
of
They are. It just feels different for some reason, but I don't know why. I guess they weren't actually in space fighting a spider. Well, they were actually fighting a spider. I don't know. So when he like reached down and pulled his heart out, that was all in his mind, but he died anyway. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
don't,
no,
Well,
I don't
if
think I
the
you
want.
spider was
believe,
the spider was real boat. It was the deadlights that he
yeah,
was seeing in his mind. I thought. I mean, obviously not in the movies, but in the book.
I don't even remember now.
We should watch them again. I haven't seen that in a while. I don't know that I've seen the second one since it came out, and I wasn't allowed to bring my Subway in.
Well, we watched it at your house.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, we did a marathon. That's right. I think me and Amber were reading Anne Rice most of the time that was on.
Well, wouldn't Allie have been also?
Well, she was caught up. We weren't.
Oh, right. Oh,
Uh,
that's right. I remember that now. Okay, yeah.
okay. The gunslinger. There's a lot of Mia says a lot of shit that like just isn't true. It used to mean like you used to see foreshadowing and you go, oh crap, we're in trouble. Now it's like, yeah, whatever. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The gunslinger will die and the dark tower will fall, says the terrible woman standing in the corridor. The terrible woman who was wearing Trudy Damascus's shoes. Interesting detail. Okay. Bring back a little
Yeah.
Trudy Damascus 10 chapters later.
To be honest,
Uh,
like I know Mia is a demon or whatever she is, but like she's just not believable. I'm like either like pick a lane. Like I get that like there's no black and white, but I'm supposed to believe that she's like so overcome by the emotion of the singing that like it distracts her and moves her that much, and it's like now she's like not that it really helps them that much, but it's just like I don't know, I'm not buying it.
Yeah. Well, and that she was like so deceived by these people who like are obviously they're lying to you.
Right. Right. I'm like, are you evil or not? Like, what's wrong with you?
well, I think she figures it out at the end. She should have listened a long time ago. Yeah, like when she says, "I would sacrifice eternity just for one glimpse at my chap." Like, fuck no. What the hell's wrong with you?
It's like if that's the case, then don't go in the Dixie pig. Go to a hospital.
Yeah, she had an answer for that because Susannah said that. I don't remember what it was. But,
Well,
She
she
said
no,
that
her
we'll
answer was like, "It's too late now.
she said he'll
We're already
die and
here."
we'll both die if we don't go in there.
I mean, argument could be said for that would happen either way.
Yeah, it sounded like it at the end of the book, at least.
Yeah, I like how Susannah's like sitting. I'm doing quotes, but sitting in the Dogan watching Mia struggle through. I'm like, okay, but this is still you, remember? Like this is your body and this is your mind that's being hijacked. She can actually interact with Detta, which is a first. I'm just excited to have Detta around. I want her to do some shit.
Well, it is
She's
nice.
just
It's nice to have her as like a badass like partner
like,
instead of your enemy.
right. Like, yeah, she's a much better ally than, gotta wonder if she's going to throw you to the lobstrosities every time you close your eyes.
Yeah. Well, she was. I don't. She was so much more badass. I feel like in Drawing Up the Three, and now we just get like little quips from her, but she doesn't actually do anything.
Well, she did. She attacked Sayer or somebody, didn't she?
No, she like spat in his face or something. That was it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess this is her under control because she was definitely out of control and, or let's just say insane in Drawing of the Three. So I guess this is her a little more with some sanity, a little more tame. I don't know why she suddenly respects boundaries though. If she's back, she should just be like, "Fuck y'all, this is what's going to happen." Like,
Well, I don't feel like
hijacking your body. Like, no, bitch, get out.
well, that's true too. Like, this is mine. There's only one person hijacking this body, and it's me.
Mm-hmm.
and I belong to the same mind, so it kind of doesn't even count. So, like, Mia is some kind of part personality, part demon, or just all demon. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I think she's. What do you mean, part personality, part demon? What does that mean?
Like she came out of
Oh, like another personality. I
yes,
think
like
she's all demon.
yeah, I think so at this point. I think she actually maybe is just a completely separate entity that, like, hi, I'm Mia, and I will be possessing you today.
It could be said that I was put there by Jack Moore too.
Well,
I think
at that end, it sounded like they were two completely separate people, though. Or
yeah, totally.
well, people being a loose term, but
Right.
right? Because
Right.
the little like metal
Definitely.
sucking brain thing was placed on both of them.
And they have to transfer the baby. Like you wouldn't have to transfer it if you weren't two things.
Yeah. It was all very confusing to me.
All right. That is the end of the podcast. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.